together, but I could do much better on my own. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I could do much better on my own.
Hi friends, it's been over 2 to 3 months since I've made a video like this, and I feel very awkward. I've made videos of me doing covers like with my face on it, but I get so weirded out or scared to make videos just me sitting down and talking. I don't know why. With my face on it, it's very scary for me, so that probably explains why I haven't made a video like this in like 2 to 3 months, but it's okay. So I think it was around October or November, and I made a post on my community tab, which if you don't know, I got a community tab. And it basically said that I was going to be doing a Q&A around January, and I would have done it earlier, but I've been very busy the past couple months, so that also explains why I've been doing music covers, so yeah. But I promised that I would be doing a Q&A, and I asked people on Twitter and Discord and on that community post to ask me questions, and luckily you guys gave me a lot of questions, so I really want to thank you for that. However, I'm keeping these questions anonymous because a few of you have actually asked similar questions to like other people have, and I just kept them anonymous and made questions that were similar, I guess, if that makes sense. So, but yeah, luckily I have a lot of questions though, so again, thank you so much, and we're just gonna go ahead and get started. So I got my questions on my MacBook, so I'm gonna read it off there, so that's gonna be fun, but I don't know how many questions I have, but I have like a list, so we're just gonna go ahead and get started. Will you be going to VidCon or any other conventions this year? The answer to that right now is maybe. I've talked to my parents about it, and we did originally have like a deal, I guess you could say, but we wanted to make it a goal to try to go to VidCon every year, depending on how good I do at school, obviously, but there's a possibility that it may not occur to this year. I don't know, it's a 50-50 chance. If there's a reason I don't go to VidCon, it's mainly because of financial stuff, and it's not because we're like doing poorly on it. It's just for, you know, reasons that, you know, VidCon is probably not gonna happen this year because we need to focus on this first, and just different priorities, you know, and that's probably one of the reasons if I don't go to VidCon, just because of financial stuff. However, there is possibly a chance that I might go to PAX West, because I believe PAX West is here in Washington from what I heard, because I know a few of my friends went last year, well 2018 of course, so that was like a couple months ago, and I think they're planning on going there again instead of VidCon, so there's a possible chance I might go there, but no promises. But that's really all I have for convention wise, so yeah. I also want to apologize if the camera sometimes moves angles. It's mainly because I'm using like a phone tripod, so if it moves or somehow falls, I'm sorry. If you're feeling sad, what things do you do to help make yourself feel better? Definitely music. Music is definitely one of the things that really helps, because I think music is a very good coping mechanism, just like listening to music obviously. And I also like to play on my ukulele a lot. It's just, I don't know, music has been like a huge help the past year, definitely, with everything that's been going on. I usually just like put on my earbuds, just listen to music, and that usually helps me out. Another thing that really helps me out is just talking to someone, and it's not just online wise, it's also like one-on-one with somebody in person, of course, and that's also another thing that really helps. But other than that, music is definitely the number one thing. Okay. All right. Cool. If you could own any animal, real or fantasy, as a pet, what would it be? I don't know any fantasy animals that I definitely would be interested in having as a pet, but For real life, I would definitely want either a puppy, like not a outside dog or like a big dog, just a small puppy, like a lap dog, you know? And just, I don't know. I feel like it'd be very helpful for emotional support, I guess you could say. If I had to choose another pet, I would definitely say like a kitten maybe. I don't know. I can't really think of animals that are like outside the box that you can't really consider as pets, but either a small kitten or a lap dog, I think that'd be cute. There is a possibility we might get a lap dog, but I don't know. We might think about it, so. Was there anything you regret not doing in 2018? The only regret that I really have is just pushing away the opportunities because of my social anxiety. Like I mentioned before, I've made a video about all of this kind of stuff, and you can definitely check out. I'm not gonna go into detail about it, but if you don't know what social anxiety is, it's basically when you get very nervous during social situations, and it really prevented me from doing things like reaching out my comfort zone and going outside the box to try new things. Like, I feel like that's one of the things that kind of made me feel very doubt a lot, because there were so many things in 2018 that I wanted to do and try, obviously, but there's been a bunch of opportunities that I actually have stepped out my comfort zone, which I'm very thankful for doing that and very grateful for doing that. But I feel like there's also other things that I wanted to really try out, but I just didn't do it because I was just that anxious to do so. And for this year, I really hope that it doesn't happen as often. I don't want anxiety to be my excuse to like do different things and just reaching out my comfort zone. So that's probably one of the main things that I really regret doing, but it's obviously not just for 2018, of course. It's also happened in previous years, but I feel like 2019 might be my year that I might push myself, you know? Where would you ideally move to in your adult life? Well, you see, I kind of like Washington. I don't know why. I just like it. I was born here, I was raised here, and I don't know, it just feels like home to me. I don't know really outside the box I can really think of to like move or live in adulthood, but if I had to pick, I'd probably move not too far from Washington, of course, like maybe somewhere like, I don't know, California, Oregon, or Idaho, but other than that, I don't know, because I don't know, I like Washington. Washingtonian here, hello. Which fashion trend are you generally confused about? This is not a fashion trend because it has nothing to do with clothing, but I do not get it because this trend happens at my school a lot. I don't understand Hydro Flask, and I don't know why, but apparently if you drop your Hydro Flask, the world just crumbles and your world is over. Okay, maybe I'm overreacting, but no offense to anyone who has a Hydro Flask. But at the end of, but I don't know, it's just like, it's a water bottle. I don't know. I know there's something to do with like temperature wise, but other than that, it's a water bottle, it's a thermal thing. I don't know, but I just don't get it. So, what is your favorite type of music? Well, I have two different types of music that I really enjoy. I really like retro and country. Retro, I don't like something like too retro, but I think a good example would be Alan Walker, for example, because I don't know, I just really enjoy his music. I've been using it for listening to the music for maybe about 2 years, or around the time when I started YouTube and editing and stuff like that. And another thing that I really like is country, but not something too western-wise. Like Maddie and Tay, for example, and their song Fly, it's country, but it's not too country, if that makes sense. So anything like that, those are the main stuff that I really like. But honestly, I love any different kind of music, but those would have to be my two favorites. Do you know what you want to be when you get older? If so, what? This changes like a lot. Last year I wanted to be either a child psychologist, because of course my little brother has autism and I want to learn more about children who are like that. And I also want to be I don't know, last year I wanted to be some kind of counselor. I just didn't know what exactly. For this year now, I wanted to do either something involving with music, which I don't know. It could be like music therapy, I guess, maybe, I don't know, or just a school counselor. So those are my two choices, at least for right now. Obviously it might change in the future, but I don't know. But those are my top two current choices at the moment. What are your favorite songs currently at the moment? One of them is an old song that I've been trying to learn on my ukulele. It's called Lucky from Jason Mraz, I think. And I think Kobe Calais also sings that as well as a duet with him. But it is an old song, but I actually think it's very pretty. It's super cute, and I'm currently trying to learn that on a ukulele, so maybe future cover, maybe. Another song that I've really been into is Alan Walker's song called Dark Side. I don't know why, it's very addicting to me for some reason, but I honestly love that song. Honestly, it's one of my favorites. I've been listening to so many different covers, and it's just amazing, so I definitely love that. What are your plans for your channel this year? Are you currently working on any upcoming projects? For my channel, not sort of ish, maybe. If I'm talking about like my own channel, the only thing that I'm really kind of working on right now is a song. Since I think around maybe November, I kind of just started a little bit of it and then pushed it away and then started getting back into it like right after New Year's Eve. So, but I don't want to give too much away because I don't know, I just kind of just started on lyrics recently and I don't want to give too much away on what exactly it's about, so I'm just gonna keep it as a surprise. But that's kind of like the only thing I'm working on my channel. If you're talking about like any projects in general, then yes, I'm actually doing two things. Two things. One of them is voice acting, which if you haven't seen on my Twitter, I'm actually going to help voice act in season 2 of Magelica's, which is an MC roleplay that was made by Cute Jakey, and he's very cool, super sweet guy. Definitely check him out. And I play a character named Mia, which I'm not going to explain too much of who she is. So if you want to know who she is, I definitely suggest watching season 1. Another thing I'm also working on is an SMP called Sweet Life, which I'm not gonna be recording or anything like that. I'm just really helping out in community-wise. But I guess I'm the community manager of Sweet Life, and basically what I'm doing is just helping like members to like get together and get to know each member and just help them feel welcomed and loved and appreciated. And I feel like that's like a role for me because one of the managers, Bren, don't know Brenessa, she's my girl, I love her, and same with Kat. They said I think this is like a good role for me because I think relationships and building relationships and connections are one of the main things that I definitely am very good at, I guess you could say. But I don't know, I'm very excited. I found a way to like memorize each member and just learned a little bit about themselves, and I'm actually very excited, and I actually started to work on something with the members, and yeah, so I'm actually really excited about the season. This is brand new, it's a brand new journey, and I'm hyped. I'm very hyped about it. But those are like the main things I'm really working on for channel-wise. What is one experience that you had in your life which has taught you the biggest lesson that you want to share with others? Definitely be grateful for the experiences and challenges that you faced past year, because honestly, without them, you aren't the person you are today, and without those experiences or challenges, there's not much to learn or grow from. And you know, definitely from the challenges that I faced this year, I've definitely grown as a person and definitely improved myself. Like, for example, my social anxiety has definitely improved throughout those challenges, and it just helped me grow as a person, because knowing me now from last year and comparing it today, I've definitely had so much growth. So definitely just be grateful for those, both good and bad, because without them, you aren't the person who you are today. What are your goals or resolutions for 2019? So I have been making resolutions for obviously the past year, because you know, that's the thing that everyone does for New Year's, but I never really keep them in mind, so I'm like, what's really the point in it? But really what I'm trying to do is at least take what I learned from last year, put it through this year, and just continue to grow and learn from them, if that makes any sense at all. But just take from what I've learned from last year and just use that to make this year even better. What is your favorite song to play on your ukulele? Why did you start playing the ukulele? In my choir class last year, there was a girl and she was playing the ukulele. She usually brings her ukulele at school a lot. She sometimes brings it in class, and I think, yeah, she did. So in our summer concert, she actually played Riptide, and it was very, very beautiful. And I don't know, I think that really inspired me to like wanting to play an instrument. I just didn't know what, so I just decided to go along with the ukulele. I don't know, I just learned a few chords from there, and eventually, you know. Do you have a boyfriend? If not, are you interested in someone? I'm gonna be real here and just give some love advice, even though I literally know nothing about love. Your feelings and your brain have a mind of their own, and unfortunately for me, feelings are there, but I know in my brain that I am not prepared or ready to be in a relationship. Obviously, I can't control my feelings. Like, no one can. If you like someone, then you like someone. Like, they can blossom out of there and you're like, wow, I like you. But you can learn how to take control of those feelings and just say to yourself, I do like this person, but I know deep down that I'm not ready to be committed to be in a relationship. And there's so many reasons why I'm not personally ready to be in a relationship. Obviously, I have stuff going on in my main home life, of course, and just in my own life that I need to focus on. But it's also because I'm still continuing to learning to love myself and accept myself as a person, and just learning to like gain that confidence for myself, because you have to learn how to love yourself before you can love somebody else. Because I think my own personal experience with boys, I feel like I liked the idea of them liking me and not just liking them, if that makes sense. But just know from my own experience is that if you have very low confidence or you're very insecure, you don't need a boy to tell you that you're beautiful in order to think or say to yourself that you're beautiful. Or vice versa, you don't need a girl to tell you that you're amazing just to believe that you're amazing or handsome or anything. I don't care. You don't need a person to like help you gain that self-confidence. You just need to learn how to love yourself as a person and just build that relationship with yourself before you can build a relationship with someone else, because I think that's very important to have like self-love, definitely. And I've definitely learned that even if I can't love every single thing about myself, that accept the fact that this is me, and if I want to make changes, then those changes will only be for myself, and I'm not going to change for somebody else, if that makes sense. Have you ever been recognized in the public? I don't want to say this really counts. I have two scenarios, but one of them was at VidCon. Obviously, I was gonna go meet a few people. If you don't know who Belle Yi is, she is another content creator. I don't know if she still does YouTube. Maybe she does Twitch still. But I knew she was going to VidCon, but apparently we ran into each other at VidCon, and she was the first one to recognize me. And I feel like I did see her, but I didn't want to say anything because I was just like, I didn't know what to do. But she was the first one to recognize me. But there was another scenario that happened to be, there is a freshman that goes to my school that actually watches my videos, and I had no idea. I was helping out in orientation day for freshmen, and apparently while I was helping out and giving tours to people, she saw me, and I think a few hours afterwards she told me during one of my live streams that she goes to my school and she found out. And it was really weird because I knew who this girl was for like 2 years, but we weren't like, I don't want to say we were like close friends because we never really talked. I just knew her mutually, or we were like acquaintances, I guess, I don't know. But I followed her on social media too, and it was super weird because, I don't know, she's been watching my channel for like 2 years, so that was like around the time I was doing gaming. Girl, if you're watching this, definitely say hi to me because I'd love to say hi to you. You are so sweet. And then the last question, there's been about 8 people who asked me this question. What motivates or inspires you to spread positive, encouraging, and kind words? And if you don't follow me on social media, I basically post a lot of encouraging and positivity, and it's not because I want attention or anything like that. If people think that, I don't really care. You can think what you want. But I mentioned this in my New Year's Eve video that if I can help encourage at least one person, then maybe I can give this exact same encouragement towards myself. Like I said, I'm trying to still continue to love and accept myself as a person, and I just realized that, like, you know, saying all these positive things and all that type of stuff just will help me to learn to be more kind to myself. I think the hardest person that you can really love is truly yourself. Maybe that's my own opinion, but I think we have a tendency of like having that, like, just not being as kind to yourself, like not like saying to yourself like, oh, I'm not this beautiful as this person, or I'm not as smart as this person, or OMG, I'm so stupid, and all that type of stuff. But I don't know, I think the hardest person to really love is yourself, and this has definitely helped me to like learn to love myself as a person, accept myself as a person, and just give that positivity to myself back. Because if I don't have the courage to go out and be mean to other people, then why do I have the courage to like say those things to myself? Another thing is that this stuff really helps me, like, because knowing that I helped somebody's day by just saying like a few words, like, you have no idea like how many people have told me, like, there's been a lot of people who've told me like during streams or on social media that you are such a positive influence, which obviously makes my day, and I'm very, very grateful for that. But knowing that someone likes to message me and say like, thank you for doing this, thank you for saying this one thing that I say every single day, like loved, heard, and appreciated, or thank you for reminding me of this, thank you for saying this every day. And just those small things that can make a huge impact to someone really, really inspires me to like keep doing that. Because I feel like in the online industry, we definitely need those kinds of things, because I know there's a lot of drama going on, negativity, rudeness, and a lot of other things. Just need to spread more love, you know? Gotta love those that you aren't fond of, and just encourage those, because, you know, the smallest things can make the biggest impact on someone. So that is the last question. So thank you so much for asking me these questions. It really means a lot. So thank you so much for watching. If you're new and you enjoyed this video and like to see more of my content, definitely give this video a thumbs up, and you can also feel free to subscribe if you'd like. I don't know the next time I'm gonna make a video like this, but just know it's probably not gonna be anytime soon. Thank you guys so much for watching, and just remember, you are loved, you are heard, and you're appreciated. And if you're not having a good day, that is perfectly fine. Tomorrow is always a fresh start, and it's gonna be great because of you. So yeah. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you all later. Bye!